Now this is the wee fly I'm going to be tying. Now this is tied, or the wing is tied with the remains of some CDC feathers. I've been tying quite a few flies, larger flies, and I've got either what I do is cut away, as you can see, has been trimmed, this feather, and I have a few here lying on my desk. Either trim away the fibres and use it as a dubbing, or as you can see, you can tie whatever. I mean, it's a size 22, so I'm tying size 22 emergers using the remains, and it works a treat. And with the stem has been quite stiff. When you're casting this, it actually allows the air to go through the fibre and keeps it dry, so it lasts longer, and it supports the nymph, it supports the emerger, because it really holds well and gives a great impression on the surface. So, and this is a small yellow owl. Now, other ones here I've got, this is a wee dark olive, wee blue winged olive type colours. These work again, these are really good. Now the size, as I say, I'm using, these are 22s, so it shows you what you can tie with these. Now obviously I'm going to show you this one, this fly here. Now the hook I'm using is this one. It's a fully mill hook. It's a lightweight Grub bronze, size 22. And oop, nearly lost them there. There's one on my desk. The tile, it's slightly holding the hook up in the air a wee bit here, so it makes it easier to get it to sit. When you're tying the fly, you can get into it. Now you can debarb these hooks easily. I debarb them all the time anyway. So now I'm using a Lt.Cahill 80 uni thread, so I've just waxed it. I'm going to show you this thread here. Now yellow, the other one that I showed you there is tied with the olive dun. It's a good colour. Black is good when you're tying small midge. This is a great wee fly for small midge, so we can still use it. Put this into a wee bit further. That's better. Now, as I say, wax the thread. Now what you do is you start at the eye, take your thread to the point of the hook, and then remove the waste. And then bring it halfway back up. I'm just going to grab a couple of these feathers. Now I've got two. Now, I don't know if you can see there, but they're naturally curving away. The curve's still there, and that's what you want to curve away when you tie these in. So it opens it out, and basically it supports the fly. Now the first thing I do is hold the very ends of the CDC. Now obviously I've got fibres top and bottom here. We pull these in together and then hold it with our fingers. Now you're looking for a length. I mean, don't be too short. You want to be able to see it. You can always trim it back a bit if you don't like it. But what I'll do is stay within the hook. So not long on the hook, short, just within the hook. Just tie that forward. Do a few turns. Lift it up. So that's behind. So we lift these up. Put 2 or 3 turns in front, and then bring the thread to the back. Then what we do is we come in from the back, but we cut it quite close there, but at a slight angle, which is there. Then these fibres away. Make sure you wax on your thread now. Make sure you tie these down. Now just as you come onto the hook, what I like to do is I get extra fine wire, or you could use I'll just use the thread. The Cahill coloured thread is great in the body, but I'm going to rib it. I'm just going to show you how you can use, like, this is an extra small UTC wire in black. So this is going to give the rib effect and obviously protect the fly. So we come down the bend, do it there, and then we come back up, touch and turns, and basically allow it to come up onto the thorax area, which is a bit heavier obviously. Now I'm using like a squirrel dub. This is just squirrel dubbing. It's a natural squirrel dub. I'm going to use that for the thorax, but I'm ahead of myself. Got to bring the rib up first. So we then rib the body. And rib it quite close. It's 3, 4, 5. There we go. A 90-degree bend into the wire. secure it in. Keep the thread tight and then bend and break it off. We'll go back to our dubbing. I was desperate to put the dubbing on. So what we're going to do is just lightly dub it onto the thread, slide it up. Get it. Basically what I'm trying to do is anchor it there so I can tighten to it. So it be quite light, don't be too heavy. There we go. Then we're going to bring some of the dubbing to the front, so the back's been done. Just lift it up, just a couple of turns in front or so. Take away the excess. Keep that for your next flight. Just throw back anything that's going forward, but a couple of turns or so in front. Now, what I'm doing, keep the thread tight, don't let it go. But a bit of varnish, just about from the eye down about maybe a centimetre or so. Just a clear varnish. Just draw back the fibre here. Wet finish. And there we are, trim that away. And now we can mess about with what we've got. We can come in for the back and just an angle cut, just trim it. I actually like to keep it quite long so that I can mess about with it in the river. But there you go, it's basically just a shuttlecock. Very good for any small duns coming off, especially this colour. If you're using the olive, obviously good for yellow, for blue-winged olives. You can change the colour, the threads. I mean, there's lots of colours you could use. Fiery brown's quite good, but also, as I say, black's very good for midge. And it's a great way of using up the remains of these. I mean, I've got a pile of these feathers. I mean, I've got tons of them, like. And as I say, it's also very good for dubbing. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And again, thank you for watching.